Hello, YouTubers. How are you? Guess what? Adrian left the computer at home and he's working. La 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 la. Okay, yeah. So I'm making videos, so I don't get to make videos very often because it's hard to tear the computer away from him. And after all, it is his computer, so I'm cool with that. But I was thinking about the topic of things that you can't seem to get resolved, that you can't seem to get fixed. And I wondered if other people had those kind of things in their life. I have this ankle issue, and it started when I was a teenager, and I wasn't a teenager. I think I was 12, and this neighbor boy really wanted to go out with me, and my parents were adamant that I not be dating. But this kid was ruthless. He would come and sit on his bike and sit in our driveway for hours on end and just stare forlornly at the house. And my parents got sick of it, so they said, okay, here's the deal. You can go on a bike ride with him if your older sister and younger brother go with you and are with you the entire time, and here's the route that you're going to take, and here's how long you're going to be gone, and I mean, very, very specific. So I was elated, I thought, oh, I am, all that and a bag of chips and woo, so anyway, so I didn't want to look like a doofus. Here's the funny part. So the bike that I had was like a girl's bike because I was a little girl. I mean, essentially, I wasn't even a teenager yet. And so I decided at the last minute that I was going to take my dad's bike, which was an English bike. And the bike that I had, the little girl, like Schwinn bike, had pedal brakes. My dad's English bike had handbrakes. Now, I had never dealt with handbrakes before. But I thought, well, how hard can that be? I mean, it's your feet compared to your hands. Big deal. So anyway, so we're riding along, and my sister's there, and she's interviewing him like he's, on some job interview, and my brother's like making faces at him, and, they're just really giving him, just embarrassing me like you would not believe. So we start going down this really super, super, super long hill. And we're picking up speed, and he starts, this boy starts doing, like, showing off and doing these figure eights right in front of the path of where my bike was going. And at first I was, like, really impressed by that. And then he kept getting closer and closer and closer, and all of a sudden I realized that I was going really fast, and, I'm trying to brake, and how am I trying to brake? I am pedaling backwards, trying to brake. Pedaling backwards, trying to brake, and guess what? It's not working, and I'm going down the hill, and I'm going faster and faster and faster, and it's not working, and guess what happened? We crashed, and this is on the blacktop, and I went over the top of his bike and fell, hit my ankle onto the blacktop, and I had never had such pain in all my life, but I didn't want to cry in front of this boy. Meanwhile, my sister, my older sister and my younger brother are ready to beat this guy up like you would not believe. And I don't know what they said to him because I was just biting my lip, trying not to cry. And but anyway, he took off crying. And so I was ready to try and ride my bike home because I didn't want there to be an incident. But my brother rode his bike home. And long story short, I broke my ankle in multiple places, and I had a cast, like a walking cast on it, but I wasn't going to let that stop me from doing anything. So even in the walking cast, like I was in marching band, and I still marched in marching band, and I still rode horses, and I still did all these things, which probably was not conducive to it healing properly. Anyway, it has continued to give me trouble ever since that time when I was 11. And then I got in all these car accidents and you know, crushed it and did all these different things. Anyway, it's never been right. And so I continue to, I think I'm at my, let's see, broke it. I had surgery on it then. And then I think I'm on my 4th surgery on it to make it right. And I even had to have, like, first, like, the bones in it wouldn't quit growing. And then they grew in the wrong place. And then they wouldn't grow back together in the place that they were supposed to. So then I had to get this $6,000 called a bone stimulator thing this thing that you put on it to stimulate the bone growth. And then I had like dead people bones, also known as cadaver, but I prefer dead people bones. I had dead people bones put in my foot, and to help it grow. And anyway, I've spent, I can't even tell you, the orthopedic stuff that I have in my house for ankles, ankle braces, you know, ankle boots, ankle, and still, I mean, I need to be grateful because, like, the last few times I've had surgery on it, they said, yeah, that's it. You know, there's nothing else we can do for it. It's not going to be normal. You're going to walk with a limp. At the one time they said, you know, it's so bad that, you know, there's going to be a point where you're not going to be able to walk on it anymore, and, you know, that you need to be thinking about, you know, a wheelchair or a permanent brace, and, oh, I mean, all the stuff. And it's just kind of like, you know, it's talk about my Achilles heel. This is like the Achilles ankle. And I kid you not, it is so ugly. I have to show you. I don't think I showed it very well, but basically there's so many scars on it and it still swells like you would not believe. Anyway, I'm kind of like afraid to go back because it's starting to swell again, and yeah, but it just got me to thinking, if other people have things in their life, not necessarily physical things, that it's like you deal with it and then you think, okay, now it's okay. And then you deal with it again and you think, okay, that's it, we're good. And then you deal with it again. And it's like, I've been dealing with this since I was 11. And now I'm, so that's like 30 years later. And still, you know, and I don't know about you, but it's kind of like when I was, after I got divorced, I went to this class. It was called Divorce Recovery, and I started asking people around the room, you know, like on break, you know, like, how long have you been coming to the class? And people were like, oh, 5 years, 7 years, 6 years. And I'm like, but wait a minute, this class is divorce recovery. Do people never recover from this? I mean, seriously, this is not like alcoholism. I mean, you don't like get divorced once and then want to go do it again, do you? And so I'm just like, I didn't go very long because all they did was sit around and moan and groan about how awful their exes were. Well, hello, get over it. That's why I paid an attorney. That's why I did all that. Be done with it. You know, I want to point to say, okay, we're done. That's it. It's finished. It's over. Enough already. I just wonder, do other people have that too? Do you have stuff in your life where you're thinking, okay, we're done now, and then it crops up again, and then you think, okay, this is it. Now we're done. We're done, and then it's not over. Well, I just wondered. So, anyway, I am so grateful to people on YouTube. There is such wisdom and such support and such kindness and a lot of things that I really didn't expect. Such laughter and, you know, jokes and fun stuff, and it was just not something I really expected, and I don't really know what I expected, but I guess I just have really been enriched by all of you and things that you've shared, and I feel like, you know, we kind of get like a snapshot into each other's lives, and I just think that's really cool, and I just really enjoy that. So anyway, I'm much better today than I was like the other day, and so I'm happy about that. That's a good thing. So I think that's it. So bye.